Right, boys. Honestly, this is going to be a quick one. Well, you know how long it's going to be because you can see at the bottom of your screen. But I was just lying in bed. I've done this so many times in this series, honestly. I was just lying in bed, about to go to sleep, and then I was like, fuck, I haven't recorded my video. So, um, obviously, got up, and here I am. So, yeah. If you watched yesterday's video, you will know that today it was pretty difficult for me to be like productive really like whatsoever actually because I left at my house at midday and I haven't had any time like to sit down really until now. Like I was out, then I came back, had to get changed, then I went karting, right? So you're probably thinking, how's that taking you so long? I left at 1, I got back at like 3, I left at 4:30, and then I didn't get back until about midnight. It would have been about 11, but uh, I hit a pothole on the way home and I had to pull over and change the tire. So today was eventful. Yeah, it was changing a tire is actually much easier than you think, but obviously you just got to know how to do it. So yeah, that was eventful, and it took me a while, but we got there in the end. But anyway, with that being said, I don't really have too much value to give you. If you've been watching the videos the last few days, you'll know that I've basically been working on this thing I'm releasing in the coming weeks. Uh, right now I've got 14 episodes left to finish scripting, and then I've also got to write out this whole sequence of mm, I'm not gonna say that, but it's got to be in depth. This is the most important part. So I've got to just sit there, fucking grind it all out. Once it's all done, then it's basically plain sailing and it's all marketing. And then we just add stuff to it. But right now, I'm in a stage where like I just need to go ham. I need to go ham. Like there's no other like I just need to go ham on what it is and get it ready and get it up, like get all the stuff edited. So that's what my days consist of. And honestly, I've been utilizing the coffee shop strap to this week to uh, lock in and just get it all done because it's really menial and boring, but like obviously the payoff is crazy and it's basically just writing off the top of my head, but in a concise manner. So yeah, there's that, and then there's also a few other things on my plate too, which I'm currently working on. I'm currently in the process of onboarding someone who is a tennis creator. He has about 100 and something thousand followers on Instagram, and he wants to expand onto YouTube. And he wants me to be his content strategist, right? Because obviously, I know tennis like the back of my hand. I know YouTube like the back of my hand, and social media in general, both together. So I'm doing that as well. But that's obviously I've got to do that. But my priority right now is just getting all of these scripts done, like the blueprints. It like each I've got to like to explain to you what it is. Every single episode uh, is about a 1 to 2 page document, and there's about 80 or 90 of them. Like in total, when it's actually done, there's probably going to be about 110, 120, and each one's a page, 2 pages. So I'm basically writing about 110 pages, 120 pages of documents. That's how much fucking work I've got to do to get this thing ready. And then I've got to record them, then edit them. Uh, well, he's recording some, I'm recording some, edit them, get them up, whatever. So my day is pretty like stern. Like it's dead set what I've got to do. I've just got to get it out. Once it's out, you all know what it is. I'll promote it. I'll be like, yeah, we've done this. We've done this. Cool, 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 cool. Go check it out. But until that point, it's all going to be a mysterious, dark and mysterious scenario that I don't know how many people I've told. 1, 2, 3. I've told my mum and 2 friends that I'm doing this, what this thing is. Other than that, it's been on the down low. I'm just getting it out and let actions speak louder than words. Because a lot of the time on these videos, I'm doing a lot of talking, not enough walking. But at the moment, I have been, to be honest. But yeah, we keep going tomorrow. I need to do that. I also need to finish this strategy. It's like a 10-page strategy on the tennis guy as well. So, we've been hard at work, boys. But it's so much easier to work when you know exactly what it is that you're doing and you know exactly what's going to bring the ROI and that it's not luck. It's just how much work you put in. If that makes sense. And obviously, you can discount luck in any regard, like even with outreach. But once you've actually outreached to someone, you've got them on board, and you know what you've got to do to get results, to actually make money or whatever, it's so much easier. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. The one bit of value that I kind of was contemplating while I was lying in bed, which I don't know how much value it's going to be, but when I first went out karting, like today we were doing a karting race, right? It was an hour and a half endurance race. You do it with 3 other friends, so there's 4 of us. I went third. I got the fastest lap of our team. Of course, I mean, no surprises there. I got the 4th fastest lap of the whole session. And there was 23 cars and 4 to 6 people in each team. So it was probably about 100, 120 people. And I got the 4th fastest time. So, I mean, anyway. Yeah, with that being said, the reason I say that is when I went out, we were 3rd when I went out in the car. We were 3rd. I went out in the car, and on my first lap, I got black flagged. Which black flagged is you've got to go in the pits, then they've got to have a word with you, and then you go out again. And the reason for that is because I went out and I went over the fucking white line on the pit exit. I got black flagged. Now, I don't know if they mentioned it in the brief before. To be honest, I wasn't really listening that much. I was talking to people, so that is kind of my fault. But I did that, and we came 5th in the end. I fucked up. There were so many shitters on the track, honestly. It was crazy. The amount of spins and yellow flags and shit that I had to avoid. But we got there, finished 5th. I got the fastest lap, so, I didn't exactly weigh the team down, but with the black flag, I obviously did. That wasn't ideal. But the reason I say that is, I went out of the pits. I had to do like a 30-minute stint. Right? It was 30 minutes of driving straight. And I went out. The first lap, I got a black flag, so I had to come in the pits. And then I had to sit there and get shouted at by the fucking marshal. And I was just like, bro, I'm not arguing with this guy. I just want to get back on the track. So I was like, yeah, cheers, pal. Yeah, cheers, pal. And then just let me go. So whatever. And then I went out, and then I got done for track limits as well. I got warning for track limits, and it was first went out there where you're doing shit. The reason I say that, the reason I explain this, and I don't know how much value this is going to be, but I have to give you something, is it's so easy to get caught up in your previous mistakes that you've made, your previous failures, your previous like fuck ups, that you kind of forget about the moment you're in, and forget about, I can't do anything about that now, but what I can do a thing about is now. You make it different, you make a change. Now, obviously, if I go out, I'm not going to go over the pit exit again. I learned from that mistake. So I'm like, okay, next time I go out with these fucking shitty marshals, I'm not going to go over the white line when I leave the pits. So the same thing with your failures when you fuck up in business, when you fuck up in general, you know not to make that mistake again. And you know what to do differently next time. So when you do have a failure, or you do fuck up, realize that failure is gone. All you can do is learn from it and not make the same mistake again, and move from that failure onwards, right? You can't do anything about it now. So you just got to take it in your stride and be like, okay, so I don't do that. I'm not going to do that again. But what I can control is the now. So I'm going to go and do what I can now. And that's going to get me to where I want to get to. And just forget about what's just happened, Because I think a lot of people care so much about things that aren't in their control that it just like stagnates everyone, stagnates a lot of people. Like they're just like, oh, this or this or this or the fucking the dollar's gonna go to zero. I'm gonna like there's nothing you can do about it, bro. You just gotta sit there and do what you can. Everyone else is in the same boat. Well, a lot of the time, depends on what we're talking about, but there's a lot of things you can't control. You just got to make the most of them. And there's a lot of things in your life that you can't control either, that you've just got to like forget about and do what you can with the things that you can control, right? I know it sounds rich coming from I'm going to say 21-year-old now, 21-year-old, but yeah, it's very easy to get caught up in your like things in your life that you can't control and just like disregard what the current moment you're in. And that's how you waste time, and that's how you waste years of your life. just stacks up, and you're like, yeah, I'll do it when I feel better. I'll do this, or do this, or do this, or this. I'll do this when it's perfect. I'll do this when it's perfect. I'll do this or whatever. So live in the moment, do what you can in the moment, because that's what you can really do. The future and the past, the things that you can't touch yet, or have already touched but you can't do anything about. So what you can control is right now, and do what you can right now, and that's how you're just gonna scale. I know it sounds obvious, but it's really a game changer once you actually comprehend what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'll say today. Obviously, it came from a very unprofessional scenario, but I blame the marshal. Honestly, I went over the white line. The reason for it, first of all, I didn't even think that I shouldn't go over the white line, so that's my mistake. Second of all, I looked to my right while I'm leaving the pits, right? There's no one fucking there. There's no one fucking there. So I just leave, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck this. I'm just cooking. Because you've got to go, like when you leave, you don't just go like left. If you want to get the optimal racing line, you've got to go wide for the left-hander. Like it's left and right. So you've got to go wide, and then, so obviously I went wide, and he got pissed off. He's like, well, mate, you sped out, you went too fast out of the pit lane, you went over the white line. I was like, okay, first of all, I understand I was in the wrong. I didn't say this. I was just like, yeah, sorry, pal, because I just want to fucking go, because I'm just wasting time arguing with him. But there's no one there, bro. So you've got to learn to play by the rules, but take advantage of the rules that you can take advantage of. And I tried to take advantage of the rules, didn't work. Obviously, I didn't even realize I was doing it at the time, but I mean, what can you do? So, yeah, I will not be going over the white line at Wilton Mill again. I do not recommend, guys. So don't do that yourself. But yeah, thank you for watching. Boys, I'm like, it's like day 145 or something. Like all of these videos aren't going to be the most professional, heartfelt videos ever, but it's a journey in it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow night. I just need to get this thing up. Cheers, boys. See you tomorrow night. Cheers.